Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
What the fuck was that?
Cool.
Oh man,
That's a new addition there.
Yeah.
be careful what you post.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? I think Bacon added that because Tower Baron was so bad at like doing his one job that he had to like put this on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I think that's what it is. All right, so welcome to episode 91 of the Gankbush podcast, the only explicit Heroes of the Storm podcast where all the different co-hosts represent different play levels. For example, we have someone as low as a silver type player all the way up to a Grandmaster level player. We bring you the latest HOTS news and discuss the latest tips and strategies so that you can become a better player. So let's go ahead and introduce our silver type player. That's Tower Baron, who's calling in from San Diego, California.
Hey there, Fringe. You're my fellow silver type player, according to your emblem there. So it's good to be here in the Nexus.
Wait. Do we have audio for that response? We had a fan tune in for Tower Baron's intro
yeah.
and outro.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I
yeah.
should have said that.
Set us up again, Matt.
That was kind of fail.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go
I
ahead.
don't know.
That was really fail.
All right. So let's go ahead and introduce our silver type player, Tower Baron, who's calling in from San Diego, California.
Hey there, Fringe.
Thanks
My
for
fellow
good to
silver.
be here in the Nexus.
Okay, it looks like I can be replaced now. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Some haters on the show.
Both the
Thank
intro
you.
and the outro have been stolen.
Yeah, it should have been replaced a while ago. But let's go ahead and introduce our master level player. That's Scott, who's calling in from San Francisco, California.
Hey, what up?
Okay.
That's good update. Is that a
Okay.
diamond?
I
That's a
don't know,
diamond
it's-
emblem. Gotta update that.
Oh, is Scott and Diamond again?
That's what it
Well,
says.
We do for the highest rank of the season, right? It's how we do it.
Yep.
Wasn't Scott in
That's
Masters?
how we've always done it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
master
It's
this.
Bacon's master.
That's a master logo for Scott.
Oh,
right?
it's not diamond?
No, it's master. Scott's a master player.
Oh, that emblem has like diamond in the middle of the crown. It looks like it's diamond.
It-
Oh,
Wow.
it's master.
All right,
What are
let's-
you-
The,
what are you
the
talking about?
diamond
All right.
logo is a big diamond.
All right.
See, Tower Baron has never even come close to
Yeah.
Diamond, so he has no
Taran
idea what
doesn't-
it looks
yeah.
like.
Tower Baron doesn't know because he's never been around that level.
Or seen it.
I see it now.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our plat level player. That is Old Backpack, who's calling in from Abu Dhabi.
Hey, good to be here. I find it here early, James. Got plat 3. It's kind of sad.
Well, actually, if you don't play, they tend to knock you down even more. That's what happened
They
to
do.
Mystic.
Yeah, they do the rank decay, so I gotta crawl back up.
Mm-hmm. That's why since I haven't played in forever, I think I'm pretty sure when I do my ranked games, I'll be like in Silver 4. I just know it.
Oh, do I hear of someone backtracking already?
Bronze
No.
2.
Yeah.
Bronze.
Bronze
two.
2.
You can't go to Bronze 2 in 10 games, but well, you never know, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
I was plat 2 last season. Now I'm plat 3. They knocked me down a whole rank for just not playing.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our Grandmaster level player. That is Bacon, who's calling in from Macon, Georgia.
Hey, I kind of feel bad that you guys are so specific with your rankings, but you still call me a Grandmaster player, even though I haven't been for the past, a month and a half?
Just clinging on to that master ranking.
Here's the thing. I was like 3,500 points in the beginning of the season. That's how much I tanked, I think. Like 2,000 to 3,000 points into Masters. Now I'm like 600 in. But I'm planning on like streaming a lot more. I want to get a schedule going. That way, I'm forcing myself to play Hero League. That way, I'm actually climbing. I think not sticking to a schedule is actually making me lazy. So hopefully, next season, next week.
There's a site called Stick STICKK.com.
Yeah.
And basically, what it says is that whatever goal you have, right? If it's to play 1 hour of Hero League, 3 hours a week on Twitch, what happens is that you set aside a certain amount of money. You choose the amount, and you hire a referee, right? The referee is someone who won't take your bullshit. So if you don't, suppose you give like $1,000, using big numbers, you give $1,000. What happens is if you don't stream for that one, if you don't stream for that one day that you said you're going to do it, then part of that money goes to a anti-charity. And the anti-charity is something that you choose. So it could be like the Obama
Trump
fund
campaign?
or like, the Trump campaign or the Obama fund, whatever it is you want, or like the NRA. And so that what happens is that if you don't do it, the referee's like, well, I'm giving away $100 to that anti-charity that you
Oh my
chose.
God.
No, but it's
That's
actually
awful.
more people. No, human nature, people will work harder not to lose something than to gain something.
That actually
So-
makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Will with one of you be my coach?
Sounds like Fringe is volunteering himself.
Yeah.
He's like the no bullshit guy.
I'm just saying, like, it's a good way to help someone enforce their goals that they want to do, because then you're actually not only are you losing money, you also are supporting causes that you hate.
Yeah.
And also at the end of the time frame that you decide, you get all your money back. So there you go. Just saying.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a non-paid promotion. And also Scooter Dave. Hi, Scooter Dave.
Hey.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and do the plugs. So I think moving forward, we're going to be streaming on Thursdays, right?
Yeah, at least for the next while.
All right. Well, I mean, we only have like 9 episodes left after this, or whatever, 8 left after this. So we'll do them on Thursday, probably at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you listen to us on iTunes or Stitcher, please subscribe and/or rate and review us. Also, if you have any friends who listen to podcasts that are interested in HOTS, please spread the word and let them know about our show. If you want to hang out with us and talk with us or play with us, please go to our Discord channel, Gankbush Squad. Also, we have a HOTS channel within BNet called Wintime, one word, Wintime. If you have any questions and/or replays and/or win times, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com. We have a Patreon. If you want to support us financially, please go to our Patreon page. There, that money is used to pay for the hosting of the show, as well as paying for swag, and also it also went to some of it goes to or last year some of it went to Calm Before the Storm, because we contributed to that as well. So basically, if you support us on Patreon, the money goes to either making sure we can host the podcast, as well as giving back to the HOTS community. We have a YouTube channel. If you go there, you can find replays sometimes. Also, you can find snippets of each show. So basically, what we do is that we post segments, the major segments of each show, onto the YouTube channel. So if you just missed a segment, you just go there. Lastly, you can go to gankbushsquad.com. That has links to all the aforementioned content hubs, as well as a direct link to the podcast. Also, there you'll find the music for each episode. And this week we're playing the band called The Gary. It's another straight ahead rock band from Austin, Texas. So, all right, let's go ahead and get with the updates from the last show. So first of all, I received a care package from everyone's favorite HCC coach, Hero Physio. He sent me a care package from Saskatoon, Canada. And if you go to the Discord channel, you can see a picture of what was inside. But basically, he sent me Hero Physio on the first show. He said that the main export or the main product from Saskatoon are the berries. So he sent me several berry products, including tea as well as the raw berries themselves. And he also sent me a T-shirt that I'm wearing right now, and I think it's the logo of the city or the town. I think. So I'm actually wearing a Canadian flag on my T-shirt. So thank you to Hero Physio for sending that over.
What do the berries taste like?
The berries are really good. Actually, let's go to Scott. What do the berries taste like?
Berries are good. Enjoyable. It tastes
What are they like?
Jesus
better
Christ.
than the. It tasted better than the other. They're like dried berries, you know.
Blueberries? Raspberries?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like dried
currants.
blueberries. They taste better than the blueberries I bought at Costco that were dried. So,
Okay.
you know.
So,
They're better
basically,
than they're better than dried Costco berries. That's what we got.
What is it? Was it like an acai
Yeah.
berry or
no.
what?
So the berries are kind of like a mix between a blueberry and a cranberry.
That sounds gross.
No,
Cranberry's
no,
gross.
they're very they're very
it's
good.
more blueberry. Cranberries. Have you tried cranberries?
Sour
Like
as
fresh
shit.
cranberries? Yeah, like
Yeah.
cranberries
Yeah.
without sugar are nasty.
Well, okay. It's maybe like 85% blueberry, 15%, cranberry. But it's really good. I wish I had a bigger bag because I'd be eating them way more often. But I have enough left. I want to save some so that when Tower Baron gets here in a couple weeks, he can try some as well.
Well, tower and backpack.
You've already said you had some already.
I want some of those.
Oh, now he's just being greedy.
What? I can't have some of those too. They were really good when I had them. But now they're out of season. I'm not sure how he got those.
They're dried.
They're dried.
They last
Yeah,
for
okay.
months.
Okay.
In the upper left of the flag, what is that? Looks like broccoli or something in that little crest they have.
I
It's
don't know.
asparagus.
Asparagus?
Feels asparagus to me.
Yeah.
Hardcore country flag right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flowers and
Asparagus.
asparagus.
So thank you to Hero Physio, who's not listening right now because he's actually committing podultery by being on the Troll and HGC podcast right now.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. But anyway, so thank you again to Hero Physio for joining us. Not for joining, but for sending me the care package. My first ever fan mail, real life fan mail anyway. Hopefully I get a bra next time. That'd be nice. But anyway, it's so also another piece of news, Gankbush news, is that I would like to start a chair league team for the next season. And I actually want to do it on Mondays. So this is a call to anyone who's listening to our show. If you want to play chair league with me and other win timers, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com. And you have to be committed to playing Monday nights. We don't know when yet, but it would have to be Monday night. And you would have to be available for about 1 to 2 hours a night every Monday.
So you must be prepared to go back to bronze.
Yes. So if we get 6 people, 7 total, including me, to say that they want to play, then we will sign up and do a chair league team, the official Gankbush Squad chair league. You can play at any rank whatsoever. I don't care. If you want to participate, podcast@gankbushsquad.com, and we get enough people, then we will do a chair league team. So
Wow.
all right. So there you go. I'm putting it out there. I think Ganjagoon, I was talking to Ganjagoon today when he was streaming, and him and I forget his friend's name. He was also at BlizzCon. I forget his name now. I apologize, but they convinced me during his stream to create a chair league team. So, and also he said if we did create a team, that Ganjagoon himself would cast every single game. So,
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So there you go. So if you actually want to play with me, and also have another win time or cast our games, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com. Okay.
Wait, he was actually at BlizzCon? Ganjagoon?
Yeah,
Oh my
he was sitting behind us like for
Yeah.
a decent
Yeah.
portion of the time.
Yeah.
Was
Like,
I
he
even
was
there?
there,
Was that when I was
uh,
watching that StarCraft?
It was
I
like,
wasn't.
no.
You were too drunk on that first day, Dan.
Oh, it was the
Yeah.
first day.
Couldn't
Yeah,
hang.
okay,
Yeah, he had 1.5 beers, and that was
He
too
had,
much.
he has a decent
yeah,
large
okay, yeah, I
beard,
know.
and then he was like wearing like whitish tan clothes, I think.
The guy with the beard. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember him.
Anyway, yeah, he was sitting right behind you for the entire Team Expert versus Dignitas match, but whatever.
I was just
Yeah.
so focused on Bad Benny, I didn't notice.
Hmm
You did hurt that
Bro,
many a
quick
lot today.
tangent. Quick tangent. Have you guys seen the latest GCWC matches with KSV and Fnatic?
I saw the first.
Not yet.
I saw the first one today.
No.
Okay, so Fnatic won the first one, and then KSV won the next 3. So
Oh.
they're knocked down to the lower bracket. But it seems like, I don't know, man. I think Fnatic's not gelling, right? The new roster.
Yep.
And it kind of seems like the one that's a sore thumb is Oh, no spoilers. Too late. I'm sorry. KSV 131. I already said it. Okay.
know you Yeah, I'm not even going to watch it now. I don't see the point in
Yeah.
watching it now.
You got
Well,
how the games
Is
turned
it Bad
out.
Benny? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you want to say?
It's
That Bad
Bad
Benny?
Benny.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
He
but-
was caught out. He was caught out a lot. I think it was just the shot calling thing, maybe.
You know, I think what it is because being the main tank and then being like an off tank where you get taking orders from everyone else or from someone else, it changes your play style.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a completely different role. He's used to be in the main tank where he's playing a hero who's usually much tankier than the off role. And he's really excelled in the past at expert at running around and initiating ganks. So
I'm
if
just
you're
saying it's
trying to
gonna-
do that or flank from the side and your character dies easier, you're gonna get caught out and whatnot.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for him to gel, but hopefully he does. And to
Yeah.
answer Title Spike question, is GCWC on the nerf support patch as of the playoffs? Yes.
Yeah, but like the thing is that
Nice.
Bad Benny, like they've been on team for what 3 weeks officially, unofficially.
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
take a
Yeah.
while. They're doing
Yeah.
pretty good considering when taking a game off of KSV with their new roster.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
if they come in like third or fourth
super
place,
players.
this is a win for Fnatic, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Even for Dignitas too.
I will
Dignitas
say
looks great.
KSV's best player doesn't play the game. It's their coach. It's the reason why they won.
Oh, Noblesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
reason why they've been winning recently. Rich is not. Just a FYI.
Another piece of news is that the Creators of the Storm tournament is coming back, and actually, it just got announced is that it's going to be January 20th. So, for those of you who don't know, in July we had the first iteration of the Creators of the Storm tournament. And basically, what that is that teams are comprised of different players from different podcasts and other streamers and stuff like that. So actually, we've been invited as of right now. They could resend it, but we're going to participate again on January 20th, and it's actually going to be sponsored by Blizzard this time. And I think I don't want to spoil too much, but basically January 20th is when the Creators of the Storm tournament will begin, and the Nexus Trolls, Daz and Liquid and Bags did all the I don't know. Well, anyway, the Nexus Trolls did all the work, and they set it all up, and we're going to participate. So I think that's the weekend before the HEC starts, which is why Blizzard is sponsoring the. They're going to be giving giveaways, and they're also going to be putting us in the launcher.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yes.
So,
Finally getting
So-
sponsored by Blizzard.
yeah.
And
So if you
That's
It's
want,
not us, but it's the Nexus, the
Trolls.
trolls. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the trolls are getting a lot of.
We're just getting dragged along.
yeah. So I think as of right now, it's going to be me, Scott, and Bacon playing. But,
son of a bitch.
Hey, I told you
Hold
you wouldn't
back.
like it.
Oh, backpack
Told you
it.
you get pissed.
Hey, you're in the middle of the world, dude. You can't play.
Dude, man, I was up at 4 a.m. last time for that damn tournament.
Well, do you want to participate? It's going to be at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Pacific for 7 hours. So it's going to be like 1 a.m. for you until like 8 a.m. You want to play, you can play.
Opposite your sleep cycle.
Yeah, that's the opposite.
Just do
During,
it.
during the workday. Wait, that's 20th? So that's what? On a
Saturday. Well, for
That's
you,
my-
it'd probably be
that's
Sunday.
a
For you-
work day.
Yeah, I know. So,
Take a day off. You get days off, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I can do it.
but either way, so if you want to see me, Scott, and Bacon dominate, stay tuned.
Dominate, huh?
Yeah. So, but stay tuned. Also, please,
last
everyone.
time you got nervous. Remember that?
Yeah.
You were not cool last time.
Oh, anyway, please, we're trying to get Hero Physio to cast our games. So everyone who's listening to this, please reach out to him on Twitter and/or on Discord and just spam him, and make sure that he accepts.
We need a
our
coach.
request. Yeah. Well, that's it. We need a coach as well. So, but so there you go. So more to come with
Best coach
cheerleading.
ever. He'd just be trolling us the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like Fringe. Go back to bronze.
Dude, I've been telling LFM Esports this whole time. Lost Vikings, Nova. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so more to come with the Creators of the Storm tournament. But we are very excited to participate. And again, thank you to the Nexus Trolls for, first of all, for doing all the hard work. And basically what they're going to be doing, it's going to be really cool based upon what they sent us. They're going to put in a lot of work to get this to happen. So thank you in advance. And also thank you for allowing us to play. And yeah. Okay, so lastly, not lastly, but Tower Baron wanted to briefly discuss the Nexus feud that we did with the Nexus Trolls a week or two ago.
Yeah. So you guys did that show a week ago. I think we mentioned it last week, but the video wasn't up on YouTube yet. They've been up for about 4 days on both the Trolls channel and our channel. And there was an interesting concept. I really liked it. Well produced. There was one question on the quick money at the end about what hero level Tower Baron's at. I guess both Scott and Bacon said bronze, like kind of like with a half smile. They know I'm gold, but both of them ended up picking gold.
Those are your words.
Bronze. Gold and bronze, and both of those got around 30 votes from the survey, which left 40 remaining. So I just don't know what those 40 are. It could be people guess.
I have it for you. I have
You do?
I have the numbers
I put it in the comments of
officially.
the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Is it master?
All right.
let's hear it.
Okay. So the top answer was bronze with
Grandmaster.
33 out of 100 surveyed, and the second was gold at 30, right?
All right.
Silver 12, 1 at master. Who's that one? That's probably Hero Physio.
I admit I took the survey.
We
I'm just kidding.
and then who's Tower Baron 21,
I told you.
yeah,
I told you.
Tower Baron.
and then
These are not real fans, by the way.
three for Wood
Wood League.
Wood
All
League.
those- oh,
Wood tier. That's
That
even
was
worse
Grizzly.
than bronze.
that's probably Grizzly.
All right. So I have a quick question for all back.
Master.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Now, obviously, I want a one-word answer from you. Okay. Now, I'm going to preface this question with the fact that we all agree that Tower Baron has improved in the last 4 to 5 months. Okay. We all agree on that. Is Tower Baron, in your honest opinion, is Tower Baron a gold level player?
Gold 5.
God damn it. You're lying. You're messing around now. Okay, fine.
I did my Hero League. I played with gold 2s. They ain't good.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. I didn't get better. The pool of players got worse.
Yep. That's a Tower Baron win. And a good
That's a
show
Tower
line.
Baron win.
I
that's
didn't get
the-
better. Everyone got worse.
I just want to encourage more people to play, especially beginner players.
And now
Fill that bronze league up for me.
If
Fill
you're
up
really
that
bad
deep-
at playing MOBAs, please start playing. I need a stepping stone.
And now, for those viewers that are hating us just for being salty, this has been a topic of debate for the past
2 years.
91 episodes. So
yeah.
It has
Since we started
91 weeks.
podcast.
yeah, so it's an ongoing joke, but there's some heatedness to it. But
I remember an episode 12. Like I made a comment that 5 fringe averages would crush 5 Tower Barons, and Tower Baron got really upset and went on a
That's not
30-minute
true.
diatribe about it.
So what question?
You're not gonna play 4? You're gonna play 3 specialists and 2 healers? That's not gonna win you a game.
I would out macro you so hard.
Also, I mean, this whole thing,
At least I'm gonna damage. I'm gonna kill people.
No. No, I still
Yeah.
believe 5 fringes would beat 5 tire barons really easily.
No.
I would out macro you to death. Like that's all I would do.
No.
I would never fight you. I would just out macro you and get ganks on you.
Oh, the good old fringe strategy.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're
Fighting
saying you
in
can only beat
MOBAs.
me on Blackheart's Bay or something.
No,
Is that
I would
it?
out macro you and like I could do it no matter what the map is. I know every map. I know all the rotations and everything. I could out
Well,
He
macro
knows
you-
every map too. What are you talking about? There's
If we would play BO like Battlefield of Eternity, what are you gonna do?
Don't worry.
What are you gonna do? Set up your
There-
little turrets everywhere?
No, there are macros that you could play on that map too. But
All right,
anyway.
if you say so.
Anyway, see, that just proves you have never watched pro play because there are macro strategies that you could be doing or employing on that map as well. It's not just
When I see
fighting.
you play a
Yeah.
damage character and actually do damage, I'll
But
consider your proposal.
pro players have the threat of like being able to like put up a fight. Like if Tower Baron takes the fight to you, though, you'd probably crumble.
Yep.
In a best of 5, HCC tournament style.
Now you're talking
That's
about-
why I would ban, so I could ban Battlefield of Eternity, pick
anyway,
Warhead Junction.
with 10 bans.
all right. So the last piece of news is probably the most important for a lot
No,
of
wait,
you.
wait, we can actually see what your Hero League results are because my Hero League
Yeah.
results gold and see what
You
you,
mean,
get.
you mean on your Smurf account that you cheated to get to gold? That account?
There's no restraint that says you have to not use the Smurf account either. You could get a Smurf account instead of using your main account.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I'm gonna play on my main account and not try to cheese it like
Okay,
Tyler
well,
Baron did.
we'll see if there's a big disparity. Let's see.
Okay. All right. So anyway, for those of you who have not followed us on Discord or Twitter, we got to 30 iTunes reviews, which means I will uphold my promise of playing or do my Hero League placements and streaming them on Twitch. So we have a survey created. I tweeted it out at Gankbush Squad on Twitter as well as on the Discord channel. A survey if you want to watch the stream. Basically, what I'm asking is what day do you want me to stream and what time of day and so forth. And also how long do you want the stream to be? So that way, for those of you who do want to watch, we're gonna have it open to everyone so that we'll find the best time.
sorry.
Okay, we'll have the that was weird. But we'll have the best time of day for everyone to watch who wants to watch. So if you want to see me placed in Silver 3, please go to the Discord or Twitter and fill out the survey. And I think and maybe in a couple weeks, we'll figure out a time and then we'll go from there. But so setting a little bit of expectation is that December is kind of like the busiest time of the month for me work-wise. So it's going to be hard for me to do any type of streaming on a recurring basis. So it probably won't happen until January because I'm going to be working in December and then I'll be in San Diego for part of early January. So when I come home to San Francisco, then I'll find a time and then I'll promote it. And then if you guys want to watch, you guys can watch me play some Silver 3.
Fringe.
Oh,
What am I doing?
somebody's
strategy?
afraid to
What am I
tank
doing,
their
Fringe?
MMR with the new meta coming out in a couple weeks.
Well, see, the thing is that people, I honestly, like I said before, like I think I made this this bet with the listeners about 3 episodes ago, and they gave us like 8 or 9 reviews in 3 weeks, which is kind of a lot, and which tells me people are really excited about. They either really hate me, or they want to troll me, or they actually really want to see me play for some reason. So I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity for the best time to watch me play.
It'll be
Just
good
bang those
content for the
games
show.
out. Bang them
Good
out and
content.
post the link in Twitch
Well, actually, there was
or
a really
not
good
Twitch
comment
and Discord.
on Discord. There was a good comment saying we should commentate on Fringe as he casts his games. Like the rest of the Gankbush Squad should be the announcers on Twitch, just giving him the feedback as he streams it.
I don't like that idea very much.
I like the idea a lot.
And what's your strategy? What's your strategy? Do you even have a strategy Like I
No.
wouldn't advise going support every one of your games, and the level you're gonna be playing at, that's not gonna go well for you, like guaranteed.
Well, with the MMR change makes it so that if he is a good healer, despite the loss, he will
Dude.
still, do better.
No, everyone thinks they're like that Grandmaster player in bronze, and they're gonna move up like that. It's gonna be the opposite. Everyone thinks, oh, I'm the Grandmaster player. I'm like way higher than I should be. It's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the other
Hey,
half
it's
is
their
that.
allies taking their rating, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone just thinks, yeah, I'm gonna be like skyrocketing now. I've always been held back and all this stuff. It's not gonna happen. The other half of that graph they didn't show you, where if you're good and you still lose, you don't lose as many points. That's way more important than like thinking you're super good and gonna climb super fast. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm
My
more excited
expectations
about
for
the
this
fact.
are really low.
I'm just
Well,
so
I mean-
excited about the fact that if I play like well and still lose, that I won't tank as many points. To me, that's way
Yeah.
more important than the other half of that graph. Like,
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
they're
Actually,
gaining more. Yeah.
yeah. I think I really do hope that at the lower levels, the toxicity level is way higher, right? And I hope that this will help stop these trolls who stop playing after 5 minutes. You know, those people. So I really do hope that deters it to a certain degree, so that the games are at least somewhat competitive.
it's not even that. Like even during the draft, like that's where the trolling starts. It's like when you got like 3 mages or something. Like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't do anything.
Yeah,
Yes,
it happens a
yeah.
lot. I had one game where I went ETC first pick. The other went 4 assassins after that. 4 mages. We had like Jaina, Chromie, Kel'Thuzad,
Yeah,
and
it's
KT.
like, what are you gonna do? It's like
Yeah, I
it
mean,
sucks if you
like-
got the same amount of points
like,
lost as all those other
Yeah,
tards.
like what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mute chat, and I'm just not going to try to get tilted by it. Like I'm going to like if I'm ETC, I'm just going to play the best ETC I can.
He's gonna
And
unmute it and then say go back to bronze and mute it.
Yeah, they remuted again.
Yeah.
well, you never know. You never know. But
Just to get
You're-
that in. Gotta get in that.
I mean, actually, no. What we'll do is that we actually got like I think Ender Wiggin or Chief Wiggum asked about this, so we'll talk about like when the new season starts of like strategies for each different tier of players. So if you're in bronze, how to get to silver, and silver to gold, and so forth. And we'll discuss that, and I'll discuss I guess what I'll be doing. I guess. But also, let's go ahead and who wants to read the iTunes review? Who actually did the 30th review?
Maybe you should read it since it,
I know who it is.
Who is it? Who is it?
it was
you?
me. It was
It
like the
was
worst
me.
enemy.
No, I don't. Should I say? I think he won't mind.
Yeah.
It was Bags.
Oh,
That makes a lot of sense.
Ooh.
that motherfucker.
All right, so it's a 5-star review. The account name
Not
is
just
called
yours.
Fringe's Secret Admirer, and it's called the Best Heroes Podcast Available, 5 stars, and it goes like, the Gankbush Squadcast is the best heroes podcast available because they have someone from every skill level, skill tier on the show. They're able to tailor information to help you improve your play regardless of your skill level and help you improve. Their viewers have all improved and climbed the ladder and will attest to the show being the key ingredient in their success. That sounds something like Fringe Average would say, but my most recent information nugget that I took away from the show was that I was playing way too passively. I need to be more aggressive. Always be looking for ways to push my advantage in game. Now that I don't play like a pussy, I've become a gold 4 player. I'm looking forward to playing again. I'm
3 before.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing against my Heroes Idol Fringe Average in the gold leagues. Then after he's so impressed by my aggressive play, my dream is to hear him give me a shout out on the show.
Well,
you
there you go.
need to upgrade your
Thank you.
dreams,
Shout
sir.
Yeah.
I would like to mention that was very well read, Bacon. I'm not used to such well read.
Oh, here we go.
information.
Me too. That was perfect.
All right, I can do 2 things at one time. I can read and talk.
Oh,
Did you hear me? Did you hear me stutter while I was saying that sentence though? Hear and talk. Whatever.
so anyway, so thank you, Bags, for the review and ruining my Christmas. So So
Making
anyway,
everyone else's Christmas better.
Yeah, it made everyone
Yes.
better. We all really enjoy this.
yeah. I guess you know what? If we do pick a time, like if it's like Tuesdays at 6 p.m., then maybe we will do a thing where like the Gankbush Squad will do audio commentary. I guess I don't know. We'll figure something out. I guess.
We'll do commentary with you not listening to it. You'll be playing in a bubble somewhere. We'll be talking.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. That sounds like way
Yeah.
more fun to do it that way. But
Yeah.
we'll figure that all out.
Yeah, let's do not real commentary. Just do like giving people shit.
Oh
commentary.
shit!
I just don't want Scott there. Can we just have that?
Well, you won't be on his team, so he won't get that mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think he will though.
We'll just
I think
say
he will,
play
so.
aggressive, you pussy.
So, and last of all, if for those of you who missed the old format, you just got it today, right now, where we don't provide any news or anything helpful for the first 45 minutes of the show.
Oh, people miss that?
Self-indulging.
Classic Gankbush Squad.
Yeah.
People miss that?
It's pre-bacon showing up, I think.
Yeah. Once I got here, I tightened up the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Not today though.
Not today. No.
Well, that's why we
I
release
like
segments.
plugging my fingers in all the holes.
Yep.
Sounds dirty, but the ship was leaky in terms of that.
Also, is there an update on the Myths of the Nexus, the next episode? Bacon at all?
Oh
or-
yeah, dude. Honestly, it's just been a fact of laziness. I've been working so much. There's been some progress. Hopefully next week. I'm pretty sure next week will be the next one. Just I'm like so fucking brain dead by the time I get home. I don't want to do anything.
Okay. All right.
You
Well,
got
so
that referee to
Yeah,
think.
I have a schedule
Plug
set.
those holes.
I'm actually like creating a schedule that I can keep to, so I can get like an episode out every 2 weeks, and also do like 9-10 hours of streaming a week. So hopefully
Wow.
I can do that.
can we just have like Bacon do the streaming of the Hero League for me? Just call it like the Gankbush Squad stream. Can we just do
Nope.
that?
Nope.
I'll log into your account. You send me a feed of your webcam, and then
Yeah.
I'll do the placements for you. But you can do the face aspect and chat
Okay.
interaction.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a voiceover.
Yeah.
All right.
Why
yeah,
is
let's get-
Fringe suddenly so good at this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he going in there and auto attacking and stutter?
What?
Just
Yeah.
stutter stepping. What the fuck?
Don't do it.
Oh.
It's not worth it.
All right.
camps.
All right. See, this is why we're not gonna do commentary. I don't want to
Yeah,
do
it
it.
is. If you don't stutter step during the camp day, dude, we're gonna give you so much shit for that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play Gazlo, so I don't have to stutter step.
You still stutter step. You still do it.
As Gazlo.
Yes. As
Yes.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
everything.
All right, so let's actually move on to the. We actually have a good show for you, despite what you've already heard.
It's been a great show.
No.
Best.
Amazing.
Oh.
So we're going to talk about Hanzo because he's coming out next week. We're going to talk about how to get more people to play on the PTR. Also, we're going to talk about Zul'jin and how he's not really good anymore. And we're going to talk about the latest brawl, the latest one that we're like, in order to win, in order to get the loot chest, you just need to win once. Also, we're going to have a team fight spotlight again, and then we're going to have, this is going to be a 3-hour show. We're going to do a draft analysis segment, and then if there's time, we'll do a fun game, but we'll see. All right, so let's go to Hanzo. So what are you guys' thoughts on Hanzo? He looks like they buffed his stats, I think, right? Like 10%?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
attack everywhere.
Basically, they got like a 10% buff.
So, all right, so Scott, what are your thoughts on Hanzo?
He's a terrible hero, and the 10% buff's not going to be enough. He feels slow in every aspect of the game. Basically, he's not mobile. He has no move speed buffs, no vault or anything, and his damage comes out pretty slow. And his W that does the AOE damage is bad.
So, Backpack, what do you think about what Scott just said?
I agree with him entirely. Like even the scouting arrow it's a bad tacit art trait. Like,
Yeah, but if you hit someone on it, it stays.
Ooh.
ooh, if you hit them with this slow arcing projectile,
It's
then
like
it
slower
might
than
do something.
it's slower than
Yeah.
Brightwing's arcane flare.
Yeah, and like
So,
his
like-
Q has about a good 1.5 second charge up to get good distance on it.
Yeah.
Like he auto attacks once. What? It's 0.8 or 0.6 on per second. It's
super slow. It's super slow.
Yeah, he's got the slowest auto attack in the game.
Wait, slower than Stukov?
I think it's about the same speed.
God, that's awful for a ranged assassin. Yeah, he feels slow, and his scatter arrow is not easy to fire and get damage off of it. Like you have to right there. You have to be Li Ming going into a small choke point to get any value out of that scatter arrow.
Just like on the video.
Yeah, he is not very good.
The only
He
thing that
needs-
feels good is his Q once it's all maxed out, but it's like, every
Mhm.
4 seconds. And it doesn't do that much damage, and Nova's is infinitely easier to use. If you're gonna play Hanzo's playstyle, play Nova. Like
Yeah,
once the
Nova's better
stealth changes
Hanzo.
come out. Yeah. But
His
the
trait sucks.
yeah. The best thing is I think is his ultimate, not the Dragon Strike one, but the other one. Let me
Mhm.
look up the name. Sorry.
They're the one that stuns, right?
Yeah,
I
the
like
one
that
that
one
stuns
that-
for like 2
yeah.
seconds once it's at max range. Like like there's a lot of clumping, and if you pay attention to that, it's called Dragon's Arrow.
There we go.
So, I mean that's the
Yeah,
one
that's the best
thing
ability.
that feels nice.
All right. So obviously it depends on the numbers, but is he obviously he's good on more skirmishy maps than like big open maps?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
smaller the map with the tighter chokes, it seems like that's where he
Like Tomb, right? Tomb of the Spider
Mhm.
Queen or
yeah.
something.
more
like
walls for him to jump
Dragonshire?
over, more walls for his scatter arrows. Yeah, and
So-
straighter lines that his Q can, aim towards.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's too many surfaces in the game as far as walls that have a lot of like curves in them, so it makes the scatter shot really unpredictable to fire when you're moving around.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like in 6 months he gets reworked?
He should be reworked right now. Like he doesn't feel good.
I think there are some quality of life things like his auto attack speed. Maybe if they do it like while he can move while doing it, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Also, his
Like,
other
what
dragon
if he had
ultimate-
like a 60% movement speed while he does it or something? I mean, there's
That's
some
good.
ways you can change him around, because that's also in Overwatch. If he's like charging up his attack, that he can still move around.
Mhm.
But you can do that with Q, but not the auto attack, which is kind of wonky.
It's hard to stutter step with that because it takes so long for him to get that other arrow out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But also, like his other dragon ultimate, the one where he shouts the Japanese.
yeah.
He says Japanese way too soon before the dragon fires. Like you have a good 2 seconds before the thing actually gets
Get
released.
out of the way. Yep.
Yeah,
It's kind of a
it's-
slow cast.
It's way too choreographed. It's bad.
And it also
Yeah.
takes forever for that animation to start too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
You have like a
you
good
get
2
way too
seconds.
much preparation.
So-
It's
1.25 second charge time, I think, which is really long.
mhm.
And then by the time it gets like the animation is there and it matters, like it's already a good 2 seconds out from the
yeah,
time of the start.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
Falstad's Shock and Awe. Only Shock and Awe hits immediately after the charge up sign. This is like I'm gonna do it, then it's gonna reach you, then it's gonna hit you. It's bad.
And who else thinks he should have a longer auto attack range if he's a archer? It's
I
like
do.
I know Vala has the crossbows or whatever, but he actually has a longbow. So
I think that's the best art we've done in a while.
So,
Yeah.
what about in the hands of like Rich? Is he like how good can what's the ceiling, if at all? Like,
Who knows?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
but-
he has those questing talents in the beginning, so I guess if you can get those done quickly, you could buff him up a little bit. But it
he's
just
so-
seems like it just seems like his Q build is more of like they have frontliners, so he can get easy shots and get his quest done, and then like his scatter arrow is more for like hitting the back line, like at certain angles. And
So okay, so if you're playing Hero League or whatever next week, do you just want to go all dive and just try to kill him like really fast?
Yeah.
You could.
Yep.
I mean,
Like just go like Tyrael or like Illidan and just get on him and kill him.
Yeah,
you,
he has no
you can't
escape.
do anything besides try and run away and hop over a wall.
Yeah.
well, he
And
does
that
have that
thing-
one talent that he has that talent that lets him mount up after he jumps. Though you have the talent for it though. 'Cause I was
The
playing him on
trait's
PTR.
25 seconds too. Isn't that
Yeah.
dumb as hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't Genji's like what, 12?
10 to 12.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they made him like a little bit more mobile so that 25-second trade, okay, but like you have like maybe like a 5-second window to recast it immediately, or like a 3-second. So like somebody's coming at you and you like hop over and like avoid an AoE, then you
Hop
like
back
hop
in.
back over and like re-engage. Like that'd be kind of cool.
You want Wormhole out of Cyber Agility? I mean, his natural agility. Yeah.
Well, just
It's something. Yeah, give him something, right? Like he
it
feels.
makes it more interesting. It feels very boring on top of feeling weak.
Yeah,
Also his E
so slow.
so
Yeah, they need
slow.
to increase the projectile speed on that.
It's a basic ability, and I mean there are other like Chromie's is instant, like Rhaegar's is instant. Even though you have to take a talent for it, it's instant. Like I don't know.
Wait,
it just-
Rhaegar?
And also in Overwatch, if you're using that arrow too, it also moves at the same projectile speed as all these other abilities. So I don't know why that is so slow, and it's impossible to hit a hero with it to get that benefit unless that hero deliberately runs into it. It's like a 1-second animation. Who's gonna get hit?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, we all think he's bad. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys want to continue? I don't have anything else to add.
Well,
Like
Well, what are they doing with
I
other heroes that
thought
were
Junk
untuned?
there
Like,
Junkrat, personally, I thought was a miss too, but you could see the potential in his kit, right? With his mine and disruption abilities, and Rich, like even though I didn't like him, Rich picked him up, and the other pros picked him up and made him look great, even though he lost more than he won. But the potential's there. I don't see anything outside of his Dragon's Arrow at level 10. That's anything good.
I want like his scouting arrow, his E, to deal like an armor debuff in the area, something like that. Something make it useful. Like giving sight is not enough.
he does have some talents where that have some sort of like utility to them, like where if he hits, I think scatter arrow or like his Q, he brings everyone's like armor down to 0. Like their armor can't be higher than
Well, I mean,
0.
I want E
That's
to
his
be
level
like
20, I believe. Like that's a
Something like that,
long
yeah.
ways to go into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game to start to feel useful.
He also
He's
has
also
that-
pretty squishy.
He is pretty squishy. He has that weird talent though, I think, for 4 or 7, where he can auto attack and kill minions in one shot. So I was looking at that and I was like, is he supposed to be like a wave clear type hero now? Like you can talent him for like specialist type stuff.
Well, his auto attack's really slow. If he's,
It is, yeah.
You
So
know,
it looked like it was good, but
if
then
he hits all 7 minions, that's like a good 10 seconds.
yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it maybe a little longer of a time wave clearing. There's a lot
Well,
of other heroes who could do
here's
that
the
just as
talent.
quick.
Here's the talent. It's at level 4. Basic attacks instantly kill minions and increases Hanzo's basic attack range by 2 for 3 seconds. So that's what it's for.
Okay.
where is it for like talenting him for like wave clear type stuff?
No, it's for the attack range boost. That's what it's
Attack
for.
range.
Pop into the
Once-
lane, auto attack a minion, and then get you can access the back line for 3 seconds or something. Whatever.
It's a wave clear talent. The other talents in that level are wave clear talents, I believe, too. That one gives an added benefit on top of being able to wave clear, but it's
It's a wave
clear
clear
talent
plus a
too.
poke talent.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, yeah.
But
He's undertuned.
if you're gonna get that, you also have to get the one at the auto attack quest at level 1 that gives you redemption. At 12 redemption, you gain 50% attack speed, which was like 1 a second after that. So that's still slow.
Yeah.
And I'd say like his Q, waiting for that thing to charge, it kind of makes you pretty vulnerable too. Because if you just use it
Yeah.
without charging, it has no range.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's like, hey, I'm charging my largest
Yeah,
damage
they're
ability.
like-
You want to move? You want to move?
It's like I'm a firing my laser. That kind of thing.
Pretty much.
You could also
yeah.
see the rotation of his body, so you can see where he's kind of like, it's aiming.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Chromie's aim on steroids in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a poke ability basically. It's good to go kind of into the fight having that charged, and
Yeah.
while it charges up slow, you auto attack like once every like 1.5 seconds. So if you're charging that up as soon as you auto attack, you probably fire that off at close to max range before your auto attack comes off cooldown again.
Yeah, well, that's where the level 16 comes in, flawless technique. Hitting a hero with Storm Bolt, which is what you're talking about, going into the fight charged up, increases the damage of Hanzo's next basic attack within 5 seconds by 25%, and then basic attacks against heroes increase the damage of Hanzo's next Storm Bolt within 5 seconds by 25%. So that's exactly what you're talking about, Scott, cycling between auto attack and charged up.
Yeah,
But-
that's how it should be played.
The Q is a 4-second cooldown, though. Yeah. 4 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it'll chunk for damage, but if you miss Q, then you're screwed.
Yeah, it's on top of that, he's difficult to play going Q. The only thing I think easiest way to play him is with the scatter shot. I think the scatter arrow. But
No,
even
I
that's
think it's
not that
Q build.
effective.
That's very unpredictable. Scattered arrow.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying Q build, even for as much damage you put out for that, is not easy to play.
It's
It's not easy to
scattered
play.
arrows.
Yeah, but it's it's easier than scatter arrow because scatter arrow is terrain dependent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. At least you can play a hard play style anywhere on the map, besides being,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't do that much damage. Plus, on top, it's not as easy to execute.
Storm Bolt, it does a lot of damage.
But it's not like when I was playing him on try mode, it was actually kind of difficult to like charge it up because you move while you charge and then hit it and then auto attack and then do
Well,
that.
that's getting used to the hero, right?
Yeah. But other heroes like say like Anna, which is kind of similar, like her Qs, her healing darts were really easy to fire off because it was like an instant shot. Or even the sleeping dart is easier. It's more
Well,
intuitive.
not to be that guy, but you're probably not stutter stepping that well when you're doing that too. Can you stutter step your target that you're wanting and throw healing darts out at the same time?
To me, it's more intuitive because it's more like other characters.
Yeah. Well, it's not that far off. You're just aiming a skill shot while you're moving around.
Sure. But it's like, should I invest my time into that, into Hanzo, like for a Hanzo specific skill?
Well,
that would translate to other heroes as well. That would just
Yeah.
overall make you a better player.
If
Right?
you can aim.
Hey, who cares, right?
Yeah.
can
we
you
all
aim?
agree,
Yes
though-
or no? And then
Yeah.
that
We
applies
all
to all
agree, though,
heroes.
when we first play Hanzo, you should be very aggressive with Hanzo. You all agree on that?
Once
His
you
range
learn
is kinda
basic
short.
skills. Yeah, it is.
So yeah.
It would have been cooler if they made his Q not like hit minions and only hit heroes. I would have liked that. But so
Yeah, why is his range so short too? Like reduces damage a little bit, like increases range. Like he's a fucking archer for Christ's sake. He can't outrange. Like
that's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
saying. Like Vala's got crossbow and like he should definitely have higher, like longer attack range with a compound bow.
Actually, it's a longbow.
Maybe he needs to hit the
Longbow.
gym a little bit,
Yeah.
Got to build up those muscles to increase that range.
Yeah, he's very
those
trapped, right? Gotta
those
pull that
dragon's
shit back.
tattoos don't make your muscles stronger. It just looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the Middle Ages or whatever, the longbowmen were like the strongest people on the battlefield because it takes a lot of strength. What do you mean what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
It's
an
not a
80 pound.
compound bow.
I've never
it's-
heard that before.
It's
Dude,
like an
it's
80
like-
to 120 pound like pull. Yeah.
The buffest
Yeah, with
guys
two
in the
fingers,
battlefield
man.
were archers.
Yeah, a significant
biggest back
portion,
punches.
a significant part of the effort going into an army is making enough like materials for archers to shoot, and like this is like you don't just pick up a bow and shoot it. You train your entire life to become a bowman, like back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen YouTube videos too.
This is like common knowledge. Am I just not informed about
Yeah,
the
just bowmen.
bowmen of the
Clearly
18th
not
century or something?
You're just
Updated with the,
underestimating them.
medieval combat knowledge.
Yeah.
You, wouldn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to pull a longbow back. You wouldn't be strong enough.
I
Your
have
Doing
no
muscles
idea.
this,
couldn't handle
80
it.
pounds? 80
Your
pounds? I
muscles
don't think I
can't
could.
handle it.
You couldn't handle it.
Your muscles can't handle it, Tower Bear.
I couldn't even.
Scott could though. Scott would be like, ba-boom.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but to fire it repeatedly,
No.
like you. All right.
Is it just like one really big back?
I put
second
both
back
feet
douche?
on the bow and then like two hand pull
Oh,
it
yeah.
back on the ground with my ass
Like
on the
this?
ground. Yeah.
Snap your dick off in the
Yeah.
process.
Oh shit. I'm doing it. I got a half chub and then I let go of the bow and the bow cuts on
Dude,
my
man.
dick.
Why?
Like
Why?
I do a full string, so like it goes on my chest and it cuts off my nipples too. That'd be nice.
What's stopping the bow from flying away during that? Like you're launching the bow like half as far as the arrow.
It's
Or
just
imagine-
back.
Imagine your
gonna
foot
snap
slips
into
and
the
the
eye.
wood like bow hits your face or something. All right, that's not a good idea, but
Leave it to the professionals.
yeah.
They train their whole lives for that.
Yeah.
Guys, what's Fringe doing?
He's waiting for us to end our topic.
He looks.
It's very upset.
All right, let's bring it back
He's-
to
he's-
French.
Practicing on muting us for
He's
Hero League
deciding. He's deciding how much of this segment to cut for the podcast feed.
No, he's fact checking. He's fact checking. I don't believe
Yeah.
that 80-pound bow thing.
I don't
Yeah.
believe any of it. Yes.
Are you serious? It's like 80 to 100 pound pull on
I
that
don't
bow.
know, all right. I was just saying French was fact checking. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Mulan
enough.
style.
Hanzo sucks for now.
Okay.
Yeah, bottom line.
All right. All right. So I want to talk about, the PTR. I guess I think it's important, right, for Blizzard to get data via the PTR. But I don't think anyone plays the PTR. The only time people play the PTR is when favorite streamers are playing and they need 4 other people to play with. Are there any? First of all, is it a problem that people don't really play on the PTR? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
issue because Blizzard is doing their testing. They're coming out with these changes to live, so it's important for them to have as much data as they can before it goes live, so that the changes they're implementing are the most balanced.
Yeah, so I think we all agree with that. So, are there any ways to incentivize players to play on the PTR?
Should make Hanzo free.
Loot boxes, more loot.
Well, you need to incentivize people to go on there and play where you get something for playing when you're not playing the new hotness. You're not playing the Hanzo, you're not playing the Hammer who's about to get reworked. You need somebody who's playing Brightwing or
Yeah.
no
one's gonna do that.
whoever Tyrael. You need to incentivize these people to go play these other characters.
Maybe
Yes.
okay. What if it's like you play the new character on PTR, you get half the experience. You get no experience on your main account, but if you play another character outside of patch notes or reworked, what if some of that experience transferred to live?
If they had a quest that said if I played one of the off characters are changing 10 times, I get that hero, I would do it.
What if they just
That's a
said if
lot
you play
of
3? What
gold.
if you just play 3 games and you get a loot box?
Yeah,
Yeah.
every 3 games, one box, 8
Play a
repeats.
not new hero or not rework hero 3
Yeah.
times on PTR, you
Mhm.
get a loot box, and that's like
Yeah.
a repeatable thing or something, or 5
Yeah.
times, 10 times, whatever it is.
Or what if they give you a 2-day stim pack?
No, I want loot.
Yeah, I know, but,
Impact's good.
Stim packs would work
You
for me
could
too. Yeah.
complete you could complete your quests. That'd be another one. I
Yeah.
mean,
or have the ESP transfer over. Like you need to be rewarded for your time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because you're
if
just
they would have done this by now if they thought it was right? Because it's a very obvious solution. Like transfer some of the experience and then be done with that. But
sorry to interrupt, but who's Gollum for gold? Who's that? I don't know who that is. I haven't seen him before.
He's precious.
Ah, there it is.
Uh-huh.
Well, hello, Gollum. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone who's been watching us. So we all really appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, I think it's I feel like this is such an easy fix. I mean, obviously I'm not a dev, so I don't know how easy or hard it is, but I feel like there's a missing opportunity to incentivize the player base to play on the PTR more. I feel like if everyone just played like 3 games, they would get way more data, and therefore they don't have to wait till a character like Hanzo goes to the live server, and they realize, oh wait, this guy is still not very good. But
has anyone
Here's the
actually
thing,
played
if-
a game with Hanzo? Has actually, besides try mode, that's all I've done.
Q is. I played like some AI games and then the
I
Q
played
is
him as a
dumb.
couple games.
yes, that's another thing is that if you want to play Hanzo and you're not like Nubkex or Dunk Train, you can't or Palatine, you can't get a game really fast. You have to wait like forever and ever to get a game.
Yeah. They're
And
queuing up with their
sometime-
buddies. They're queuing up
Yeah.
their buddies who are willing to do that.
Yeah, and hopefully sometimes like you may you may get the screen like, oh, you have a game coming, and then like, oh wait, someone left, and you have to start all over again too. Like I don't know. I think everyone would win. Everyone would benefit if they just incentivized a small amount for players to go on the PTR and try to play games. But
If they had the tech to share like hero level, experience level between accounts like that, wouldn't they already have done that with like the regions? Because my American account doesn't reflect my European account. My Europe account is clean. Like it has nothing on it.
Yeah, that's because they want you to pay money if you're switching realms or whatever.
Right.
You're switching
It's so dumb.
servers.
Like
all
I
right.
mean,
well, anyway.
there was no answer from Blizzard. Like I think they said they wanted to do something like that, but we don't know the back end tech for making that happen. So who knows if it's even possible, or they're just purposely doing it so that we spend more money. But yeah, whatever.
I mean, there's some stuff possible because when you play on the PTR, all your heroes transfer over.
Yeah,
So
that's
Yeah.
they are able to go and copy some stuff at least.
Yeah.
They're just kind of refusing to do anything else at this point in time.
And why do we have to unlock heroes in PTR? Why isn't it just all there for us? Like, what the hell?
yeah.
All right. Wait. That's another. All right. Well, there you go. So we actually forgot to talk about Zul'jin, but actually it's pretty good. I mean, sorry, we forgot to talk about him last week, but it's actually pretty good because we have Scott, who's the biggest Zul'jin player of the group.
The biggest
And
troll.
so Scott, what do you think about Zul'jin now? Like 2 episodes ago, you said that Zul'jin was really, really OP, or actually, you said that he was exceptionally good.
S tier.
In Hero League, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think
Borderline
about
S tier.
What do you think about Zul'jin now after all the nerfs he got in the latest?
They
pack?
nerfed everything that I was arguing made him viable, basically.
Every
Basically,
cleave talent got
yeah,
nerfed.
if you listen to what I said on the podcast a couple weeks ago, it no longer applies.
Like every single talent, like Reckless, Armani Rage, like all the cleave talents, everything you said got nerfed.
His whole W mage build got like shredded basically, and his
Got
win
the
rate
axe.
was pretty good. His play rate was pretty good, but it wasn't that good to.
No, it
justify
was
those
good.
nerfs.
His win rate was really good.
Yeah, but
was-
you
it was
gotta
top
compensate
assassin.
him somewhere else. His win rate dropped like 6%, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I agree the nerfs were too much, but his spot in the meta, it was like tier S.
Yeah, he
The only-
was.
The only difficult
Amazing.
thing about him was getting that quest finished for the W, for the axes, double axe.
Yeah,
And
but once you
after
got
that,
you
you're like
steamroll.
completely overpowered.
Yep.
Sorry, I
So
interrupted.
So Scott, is he a tier 1 assassin now, essentially? Tier 2?
No, he might be tier 2.
Ooh.
I don't
Is
know
Vala better?
because his yeah, probably because
So-
now if you're playing him, you're probably better off going the auto attack build, and you're much more subject to counters with people picking blinds.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, that's R.I.P. to Zul'jin.
Yep.
Well, he's good. He's not S tier. He's still good. If you like Zul'jin, play Zul'jin. But you won't just carry after you
Yeah.
get the Q talent.
He was
We
so
don't.
overpowered that Tyrebrand played,
Yeah.
on Zul'jin without playing Zul'jin. He was able to carry, with like hero damage and stuff like that.
Pretty much. Like even my first game, I was like looking through the talents as I was picking them, and I was still able to kind of do a lot of damage without even really having to be that like afraid of anything. That double axe quest is like you're invincible almost, and that level 16 where additional damage to the apex it would bring like everyone down so low because the slow, and the second one would come around and just hit him again. It was just it's a lot of damage.
Well,
Also,
let's
you
compare.
can't do that good.
Let's compare to other assassins that fit his role, like Vala, Raynor. Raynor is ass. So Greymane.
Lunara?
Lenara, okay, but he's tankier than all of them. The only thing he lacks is movement speed. He does a chunk of he does a lot of damage. He has super long range for his ultimate, and once he gets his quest finished too, his range is superior than all of them. He has good sustained, good burst. He does everything better than them.
Well,
So-
you forgot one thing though.
What?
He has no escapes.
I did say that.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty
Yeah.
big thing.
Well,
'Cause
that's
now
something
with-
Scott mentioned. He's mentioned that. He said he has
Yeah,
lower
but-
mobility, but usually whoever he's targeting is going to be dead anyway.
Yeah, but lower
Yeah.
mobility is okay in double support. But now, if it's single
no.
support, then it's way harder for him to
Wait,
survive.
he
now.
does have an escape, Taz Dingo. That's a pseudo.
Oh,
escape.
yeah.
Not an escape. That just prolongs his life.
Half the time
It's
when I Taz Dingo, I could just trade with like 2 different people and kill them before they kill me.
Yeah, look like J-How when he traded with us.
Pretty much. It's like it's something. It's not the best escape, but you have a chance to at least get the other team down or 2 people down to like 10% life, and the rest of the team, if they're still alive, they can take them out.
I mean, yeah.
It's not the
but-
best
Yeah.
escape. It's not like a vault or something. Or like a
That's
blink,
not an
but-
escape. That's like called trading.
Yeah.
Might
usually
might
you-
help you trade up, but that if you're doing that, you're not escaping, Dan. You're dying.
You're dying, but then you're
That's
taking.
that's not an escape.
Escape is to
Sometimes-
live.
Escape just means that like you're getting dove on.
Wait,
and then
after the fight ends and Taz Dingo ends, where are you?
you got one
In the
life.
grave, right? You didn't
In
escape.
the grave.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, sometimes I was able to trade out with lower level players and win the trade, and they think they could still hit me when I'm Taz Dingoed.
Well, yeah, that's
So you're telling me if I
That has
go,
happened.
"Huh, I have escaped.
He doesn't die. He just gets to 1 life and becomes unkillable.
and then he dies.
And dies
He died.
4 seconds later.
if the other team's alive.
This
Or a minion hits you.
we're just
Alright,
arguing over semantics. So.
Let's just say like you're caught out.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not saying you should
Oh,
use
God,
best,
here we
best
go.
usage for Taz Dingo, but if you're caught out and your team's a screen away, you can Taz Dingo run away and hopefully they can save you.
Why are you just away
Theoretically.
from your team? When's this happening? You're the troll.
Maybe you're rotating. Maybe you made a bad play, but
Yeah,
you know,
he doesn't have the Gankbush Squad telling him where to go and where to be. So without us telling
this
him where
imaginary
to
player, yes, this imaginary player.
go. Okay. Anyway, all
I
right.
have a friend. Who
This
plays
imaginary
Legion.
player that plays very similarly to how Tyrebairn plays. What's up with that? All right.
All right.
By the way, the double support nerf, not very nerfy. So it's not the apocalypse that we were all saying it was.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
No, it wasn't that big.
Actually, there's
And-
a very popular Nuptits quiz where you ask the community, "Do you feel the nerf changes?" And it's like 70% what change.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
and
it's
the same. It was similar double support pick rate in the GCWC games today.
Mhm.
and that was like Fnatic, KSV, Ballistic. So these are the top teams in the world, and most of them like 60-70% double support still.
Yep.
All right.
I
So there you go.
I have noticed that people are picking Jaina now. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
I've
That's
noticed
kinda
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well-
Solom did his work.
That's good then, right? If there's space
Yeah,
for
I
mages
like
now.
Jaina.
If it's just enough of a nerf that it opens up space for KT and Jaina, I think that's a success.
Yep. Okay. Well, anyway, so again, if you're exceptional with Zul'jin, you're still very good, but for the most part, you can't be a noob and be good with him now. All right, moving on. So there was a new brawl that came out last week. It's basically they just upgraded the difficulty of the previous brawl, and so my question is, I only played the latest brawl with 4 other players, but if you're playing a solo queue, is this a good or bad brawl? In terms of user experience, is this a good or bad brawl if you're solo queuing?
It's bad. I played it in a duo queue, and it only takes one guy to pick Uther, which happened in like 2 times
Oh.
since I played it, and there's nothing
Ouch.
like you have no chance. It's like, and then you get nothing for losing the brawl, which sucks.
Oh no, you get
So-
like 300 experience. What are you talking about?
Yeah, even when you
Really?
lose.
I don't think I got any nothing. It was like negligible, I think, compared
You
to
were
when
so bad that they gave you no experience.
we didn't get past
No,
the
it's
first
like
checkpoint.
it's literally like 50, like
Wait,
or
wait, is it-
300
is it scaled?
experience.
Is it scaled per checkpoint? Because we didn't get past the first checkpoint, like both games.
Probably.
Yeah, we didn't get past the first checkpoint. It's
Did you
just
end up
rough.
finishing it once?
Yeah, with a bunch of Gankbush Squad members.
Oh,
Like
okay.
before then, it's
So-
a huge spike in experience and stuff.
But so
No, I played
we
with you,
all-
Bacon. Remember I was with you. You
Oh
were
yeah,
Lucio,
right
and I
after the
played,
show.
Zul.
My bad.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell.
Yeah, but we all agree that like it's a lot of fun if you're playing on a coordinated 5-man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what about is this technically a good brawl if it's like a polarizing experience if you're in a 5-man versus any other format?
It's challenging, man. Challenges are fun.
Yeah, it's a good brawl.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've
But
had
what
a
if you're
lot of
solo
fun
queue?
playing in the solo queue too. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's challenging and it's not too easy. It reminds me of playing dungeons in World of Warcraft, playing like the hard heroic dungeons.
Yep.
Yes.
There are. I mean, all the other Blizzard games have. The StarCraft 2 also has like co-op modes, and it's recommended that you pick up somebody that you trust when playing those modes too, because they're a challenge. So, ideally, if this happened, you could check or uncheck normal heroic difficulty before you queue. So, I mean, since this is a test, everyone has to try the heroic mode, and I saw some Reddit threads where there were some trolls or salty people saying if you don't pick X hero or the exact 5 hero comp that I want, I'm gonna AFK and die on purpose. So that's kind of shitty, but
Yeah.
for the most part, like some of the best times I've had on the Nexus so far was a 5-man stack doing that heroic mode. So it's great.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Definitely more fun. Definitely more fun having it too hard rather than too easy.
so the fastest times was in Europe for
the normal
4 minutes
mode.
and 15 seconds.
For normal mode, like not like Omega Swarm, like not this mode.
I think it's for this one.
No,
No,
it's for normal.
No, it's the normal
okay.
one.
Well, I don't give a
Easy
shit
one.
All right, I'm not talking about that then. Okay.
well,
No,
do you
it's
know how
cool
they got?
because- Yeah, go ahead, Bacon.
Yeah, so the fastest way to do this is to try to get to the checkpoint as soon as possible because, there's like the 1-minute timer that starts. So what they did was Artanis and Illidan, and you would use the blind ultimate on the Artanis somewhere as close to the checkpoint as you could possibly get and also reveal an enemy unit. Illidan would hunt to that unit and then run to the checkpoint to start it as soon as possible. So, normally you would just run as 5 through the maze and then go to the checkpoint, but that still takes like a minute and a half or a minute. So you would cut down a good chunk of time by having the Illidan by himself. Like even if he dies, as long as he gets the point really quickly, the timer starts. And you would do that for both the first 2 phases and stack items for the boss phase.
Oh.
It's a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Well, that's what NA is good for.
Well,
How
no,
about Morales
all
Medevac?
all the regions do the same thing.
I
They
know.
all have
I'm
Illidan
kidding.
comps.
They all
And
have Illidan.
the shoot, the Asian region. There was a team of Koreans, and what they did was the four were the top five. All four of them were the same, and the fifth guy was just rotated in and out. So they just spammed it and got top five. They probably have top 10, but yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, all right. So, all right. Now we're gonna move on to the team fight spotlight on Towers of Doom.
All right.
Oh yeah. Let me load that up.
Okay. So as Bacon sets that up on the back end, Towerban, can you give like a little bit of brief introduction about this team fight?
Sure. This is a team fight with 5 of the Gankbush Squad Wind Timers members. Bacon, I think you were in it too, Fringe, Tattlespike, me, and Loxley, I think. So it's level 10 to 10. The enemy team is trying to get boss. It was scouted by Muradin and Nubarak, and we're waiting in the bush, deciding when to go and face off, like, and challenge them for boss. But things go kind of wrong, and I just wanted to know, like, what were the mistakes that made it end up this way?
Yeah, so we have the team fight happening.
I have what I think happened, or because I looked over this replay afterwards, but hear what you all have to say.
What do you think happened?
What looks like happened to me is that we dove in before boss was completed, and Muradin and Ubarak tried to fight over the point when the point wasn't captured yet, or wasn't channeled, like right there. And then that left Lucio and Tracer kind of open and exposed to get dove on by Diablo and the other parts of the team.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went down from there. And I got hit by an APOC as well. I should have moved up, but I don't know what you guys think.
Okay. So with this fight, we've seen it a couple times on stream already. The biggest thing to take away is some of these fights sometimes are split-second decisions. This entire fight is decided within 3 seconds of it beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you take from that? Pre-team fight positioning is really crucial. So making sure that you're standing where you need to stand right before the team fight happens. That way, when the team fight does start, you're there, not out of position and not caught out. So let's go over some of the quick things. Muradin. So Muradin, for the most part, did everything okay, I guess, considering the split-second decision-making. But maybe he jumped in a little too early because of Ape Apocalypse wasn't out yet. Also, the boss wasn't out yet. That way, if you're standing on the point and APOC goes out, that means you're standing on the apex because you have no choice. Maybe if you stood outside of it, APOC goes off, and then you jump on top of the point, you don't get hit by APOC, right? Because obviously that's what Diablo's going to open up with, because 99% of Diablos open up like that when a team fight starts. Anubarak, the biggest thing is the enemy had a Malthael, and Malthael took the one Tormented Souls. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't
the heroic, yeah. Every fight outside of this fight, the Anubarak hit the cocoon, except for this one, and it kind of screwed up the tanks because of it. So that's the biggest mistake in this team fight for sure, not being able to hit that. And the reason he did it is because he thought he needed to dive in and stand on the point with Muradin. But because he did that, he got hit by APOC. He doesn't have a lot of health. Chromie was able to get a 2-man combo with Muradin and Anubarak. Anubarak ended up getting popped. So what are the other options for this Anubarak? Well, Muradin's already on the point. He's very tanky. He's going to survive quite a while. So what can you do? Hit the cocoon, first of all. But other thing is dive Chromie or help peel for the Lucio that died. Because Lucio gets dove on by Diablo and Uther. So Lucio got a good shield off. shield barrier off. But once you get hit by 3 different stuns, that's enough time for Lucio to get popped. And maybe if a Nubarak was there, Lucio maybe survives. Who knows? Lucio entered the fight at the bottom left angle along with Tracer, and I feel like when the team fight started, the Muradin's in the bush already, so we know where the Diablo is, and the Diablo ends up heading for the bottom left bush area, right where the Lucio is. And maybe if he entered through the top left or another angle that Diablo can't grab him, maybe he survives that and is able to get the shield barrier off at the same time. So I think him getting picked off was preventable just based on his positioning. He can wall ride and dodge APOC all day, so as long as he's away from an angle where Diablo can easily grab him, I think he survives this team fight. But maybe if he entered from the top left with Vala, even if Diablo chose to dive on up there, he has Q to try to save himself for Vala. Anyway, the Vala's big. Vala, not many huge mistakes, but some nitpicks. He was in the best position to dodge Apocalypse, but he just kind of stood there and took it. Yeah, so maybe dodging APOC. His QEQ combo, because he went arrow build, part of the damage was wasted on Diablo, and I think in this team fight there were better choices. There's a Malthael with 0 mana standing on the point. That's a pretty juicy target. Right now there's an Uther that's pretty low. That's a juicy target. I mean, but you don't really want to kill Uther, so I'd say try to get for the Lily. There are other options, but Diablo has spell shield. He has a lot of health. He's hard to kill, so better prioritizing of targets. And for me, I was playing Tracer. I was so distracted with Lucio dying when I went in with Lucio that I had poor target positioning. I put a lot of damage and unnecessary damage at that into Uther and Diablo, and with all that armor and healing, I wasn't going to do anything. So maybe if I went towards the top right bush area and started hitting Chromie and pushed Chromie out of the team fight, maybe that would have been a better choice. Or even Malthael, because I had a bomb ready for Malthael or anybody. And maybe if I landed the bomb on Malthael dies, there's less damage.
Yeah, but the biggest problem is that Nubarak dies with Cocoon still on cooldown. I mean, without that being used.
Yep.
It could have been a 4v5.
Yeah, he took so much damage from Malthael because that R was on, and not cocooned.
Yeah, not cocooned.
Yep. And
I was just upset about this fight because they had brought the boss down pretty low and they had used mana. I think Lily was like half life or something before the team started, and we were all full life. We had like every opportunity to win that team fight. We ended up winning the game like pretty epically, but that team fight kind of stuck out to me. So
I'm gonna say my shot calling that game on point. After this,
wait, my shot calls were on point too. I had some shot calls in that game too.
You sprinkled in shot calls where it needed to be, but I remember having a chat in the middle of a game after this fight, like, dude, you only have one job. All you have to do is hit R on Malthael, and then from then on, he hit every single R on Malthael. So, I mean, good on him for not tilting to that point, but that was a good game.
Yeah, I think you have one job. Just do that. We will carry you.
No, I think this is good because this happens a lot. Maybe not in Towers of Doom, but on Cursed Hollow or these other maps where you fight over points, and maybe you're trying to take over a point that another team's trying to take. So, like, when to go in exactly? Do you wait for like the boss to get killed and then jump in, or you jump in before the boss is dead?
Usually as it's dying, like 10%. You don't want to be standing on it too long because you'll be taking unnecessary boss damage.
Yeah, but do you want them to take the boss damage before you go in? You know what I mean?
Yeah, as much as possible.
Boss damage.
Yeah.
the start of the engage looked bad to me. The Muradin using his stun on Diablo when he's probably the worst target to hit, and nobody else to follow up damage because nobody was right next to him when he initiated that, and then jumping over the Diablo into the team with his stun down, leaving the enemy team to walk towards the squishies so they have no peel seemed a really bad initiate to me.
This kind of goes into sticking to your roles. Like I remember like a couple months ago I did a segment on this. Know what your role is and stick to it. So if we break down the rules, Anubarak with his heroic ultimate choice, heroic choice is the anti-dive denier. He missed that role this team fight. Muradin, I mean, he's a good tanker and a good peeler, but outside of just kind of standing on that point, he didn't really do anything else. The Vala, she went siphoning arrow build, so she has a really large burst. She didn't really do that because she wasn't prioritizing the right targets. Tracer is a backline diver and distractor. She didn't really do that. Lucio is a very sneaky and fast healer, darting in and out, trying to hard to kill. He was the first one to die in that team fight, so he didn't stick to his role. Outside of getting a great sound barrier on, but none of the 5 on our team stick to our role and did our jobs, so that's why we lost
Too
the
many
team
people
fight.
got hit by the stun too.
Yeah.
Can't have 3 out of 5 of your players be getting hit by APOC and expect to win a team fight.
Yeah. But
I mean,
that game we won. It was 29-2, and we came back and won it.
Was it 29-2?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they were
I thought
up
it was
that
just
many.
like 22 or something.
We
They
ended up winning.
staggered deaths, and then we just snowballed it.
But let's go into the enemies' roles, right? Diablo and Uther, frontline peeler and crowd controller. They deleted Lucio. Lily is kind of like the backline supporter. She's doing that, supporting everybody and doing her spell damage build. Chromie's in the right side of the bush, away from the enemies, like throwing all the damage she wants out free. Like they stuck to their roles. That's why they won the team fight.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, we were in the bush. We could have initiated, like, we had all the time to prepare. We entered, like, them, like, into, like, their fight, and they were unprepared. So that was just a little disappointing. Like, we could have anything because we were all postured to enter the fight. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So towards, like, after this fight, we all started sticking to our roles. Like, I was able to distract Chromie and Aston. You guys were, Title Spike was able to land Cocoon on Malthael. So what's a Uther, Lily, and Diablo gonna do? Jack shit.
Yeah. Very, very well said.
Jack and shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's another team fight spotlight.
And in this
Again,
instance, looking at the minimap doesn't help. Looking at the team fight.
Yeah, we had all the vision on we had the vision on everything.
Yeah. So
So
your own positioning mattered more.
Yeah. If you had Hanzo, you can cast an E at more vision.
you drop that E on somebody.
Okay. So another segment, we wanted to do a draft analysis segment. Let's go to Tyreburn to set this up.
All right, so this draft analysis segment is from one of my, I think I played like Silver account, Silver Hero League. And for this type of segment, I just wanted to go over, if you're like the last pick on your team and you know the map, you know what your heroes have picked, you know what the enemy team is, like what hero should you pick? And in this case, if you notice, we have double mage. There was one character or one player on my team just insisted on being Jaina. He said, "Don't worry, trust me," whatever, right? And I think this is, more helpful because in our games, you don't really get an ideal draft like you do in like Pro League or something. You always maybe one off character. Something's not ideal. So how do you deal like in this case? I mean, in this particular draft, we know we need to go a tank. It's just which tank. You notice that the other enemy team has Johanna, which that would be my first guess to pick.
Yeah.
But who to go next? Like how to deal with this draft, this bad, unideal draft on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, so you have a double mage and you're really squishy, so you want a tank who is the best peeler in the game.
Oh,
So
but
usually
for the MP3 listeners, let's go over the draft real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
our team: Greymane, Brightwing, Kael'thas, Jaina. So double mage with another squishy backliner. It's on Towers of Doom. And then the other team, they have like a Uther, Varian, Johanna, Zagara, and Vala, a much more well-rounded double tank team.
And it's on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, Towers of Doom, so Zagara can be stuck on bottom lane duty, and it's a really good four-man rotator with Uther, Vala, Johanna, Varian.
Yep.
Yeah, so being that your team has no tank, you have to tank. And of course, I want to say take Johanna. She is probably the best zoning tank there is.
Yep.
But the other team has her. So who's next best at that? Your team also has a kind of a shitty support, which is Brightwing. And so you need good peel and preferably some sort of secondary support. So I would say ETC is your best option here.
I would go Arthas. I'd go Arthas.
Yeah, I was thinking more Fringe with the Arthas and sort of like peeling off Varian or Uther trying to get up close.
The reason why I like Arthas is because he has a good ultimate to stay alive longer, and he also has the ability to heal himself.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the slows will slow down the Varian if he goes taunt build.
Yeah, Arthas is also viable.
Because like you have to there's no ideal one tank in the game at all.
Yeah.
And I think Arthas is the best. I mean, if you're a better ETC player, then you go ETC. But if it was like Bad Benny playing, like I would tell Bad Benny to go Arthas.
Yeah, maybe you could also go just a full blow up comp, like go with something that sets up the Jaina Ring of Frost.
What do you think, Scott?
Right.
To me, the biggest factor in this draft is, does Varian go taunt or Colossus Smash? Because if he goes Colossus Smash, your squishies are extremely vulnerable to getting blown up. Mm-hmm. So, at that point, an ETC could peel, maybe a Garrosh, but Arthas probably wouldn't work because you'd be a little bit too slow at that point. It's kind of hard. I mean, I'd say your best tanks are probably Garrosh, Arthas, or ETC, but I'd go with ETC probably. He's the safest pick because he's got a stun and a knockback to help peel.
And the prog rock at some point in time for more heals. Just your team is very, very heal deprived.
But ETC is very vulnerable to be blown up as well. He's a squishy tank.
Yeah.
Scooper's saying in chat, and I might agree with him. What about Q build Garrosh? Q is a lot of crowd control if you can hit it. And if they're going past,
I think Garrosh is a good tank in this circumstance.
He has ability to save with his friendly throw. He can throw away enemies. He's got the taunt. If you go the Q build, you have a 5-second Q to peel from the back line to you. Demand attention.
I have a weird suggestion.
Yeah.
How about Tyrael? Just play counter dive.
Oh, with the sanctification.
Getting sank off is too late.
It is. I mean, you have Varian's probably on a flank with his Colossus Smash. You go to that character, and then you cast Sanct, and then you counter engage.
It's a lot team's gonna die very quickly after Sank ends, is what I would say.
Ideally, Kael'thas is going Mana Addict level 1, and then Jaina's going the build where if you hit chill target, she gains a shield. Right?
It looks like they're going, I think, their best bet for this team is some sort of blow up comp. I think that's what
Exactly, I mean-
Voxley's saying too.
Yeah,
Forget
'cause your
about trying to
team's-
sustain and peel and stuff. Just try to get the first kill.
You're saying like
your
a
team is going
Zarya
to
or
win this
something?
fight. Zarya? Ugh.
I don't know about
Ugh.
Zarya. That's.
I mean, I
that's-
like the
that's-
idea,
No.
but
I was thinking more like
she's-
Diablo or something, like just
No.
picking off, maybe like slowing after the toss or something.
Like,
What
I like
about
the
Li
idea-
Ming?
I mean, Li Ming? Oh yeah,
Three
reverse.
triple mage.
Buy 2 seconds with Bright Wings Emerald Wind, and then just go
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop. Try to get the skill shots off and kill them out.
No, but-
Yeah,
but
you can
though,
blow up
like-
somebody really quick.
Yeah,
Right wing
Yeah.
and KT's crowd control and
Greymane.
3 mages and a Greymane. That's a shit ton of bursts.
Problem is though, it's on
Sounds
Johanna
so
though.
bad.
Like Johanna's the one who's gonna be leading their fight, and you can't
Yeah.
CC her.
Yeah,
Johanna
Johan.
can get blown up that quickly, but as soon as Uther Divine Shields somebody, your whole comp crumbles.
Well, she also
Yeah.
has Unstoppable too, but not by so much time.
But yeah, I think like this team fight should end in about 3 seconds, which is Saint's duration. So
Yeah.
Tyrael is a fringe play if you have very good execution, but ETC is a safe pick, I think.
If you get
Yeah.
Vala down, then the rest of the team fight's manageable.
Yeah, I think Tyrael could work if you're playing at the diamond level or higher, where everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing.
No, here's the
But-
thing. No, I don't think so. Unless it doesn't matter what level it's on, as long as if you pick Tyrael, all 4 people on your team need to agree. Hey, let's stack on me. I promise. Trust me, I'll get the sync off, and then we can try to end the team fight that way. Because if you're a mage, you have a tendency of I'm squishy. I want to be a pokey style of hero. That's kind of ingrained into your play style, right? So it's very hard to fight that instinct with 4 strangers on your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Also,
Yeah. One
usually the
little
Saint
thing
and
goes
Tyrael
wrong,
win.
and then the Kel'Thas is gonna be away from the team fight outside of your protective
Yeah.
bubble, and he's gonna get blown off by himself. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of with Tyrael.
There's also the nombo of popping Emerald Wind and Saint at the same time. You're like, shit. Right? There's both.
Yeah.
What about
will
just
have
like
that reflex
Gul'dan or some
of-
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, if you go Tyrael, you need to say, all right, sanctification, and also you have to focus all your damage on one character. And it's probably
it's-
going to be the Varian, right?
With
No,
protect.
shield wall, man.
You're not gonna have
Yeah.
enough
Yeah,
time
never
to
know,
blow anybody up in
Yeah.
that sank. Uther
Yeah,
has
yeah.
Divine Shield to
know.
counter whoever you're trying to blow
I
up.
know. Yeah.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
gotta be
that's-
of wave. I mean, you got great wave clear. You have to abuse that fact, and you bright wing. So like you're gonna wave clear the shit out of them all 3 lanes, but
What if you go Arthas and go Cinder Gosa for the blow up?
Oh God, no.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
No.
What's wrong with that?
No.
I mean, Tato says in chat stitches, but that's
That's actually what I was gonna say. I
Actually,
was gonna
yeah.
say
Oh, Stitches
Isolation
could
gun.
work. Yeah.
Towers of
It-
Doom. Towers of
Yeah.
Doom. That's what
It's
I was
a-
The
gonna
other
Oh.
team has a
a
better
gambler's
draft.
play style.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you get the gorge, right?
Gorge?
And then you
Isolation gun.
Emerald Wind everyone away, and then you just kill
Mhm.
someone.
There, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that could
right.
work.
You Brightwing bomb. Just have them. You not even gorge. Just have them bile into the middle of the team.
No, you
Have
want
Stitch.
Gorge.
No.
That-
It has to be
That's
Gorge.
very lucky though, because you gotta grab Zagara or Vala. If you don't grab them, everybody else is probably gonna survive the blow up.
But
Uther will
look,
Divine
we're at a
Shield
point.
himself.
We're at a point where the enemy has a great draft, and you have double mage, and you have
Yeah.
quadruple squishy backline. You have to take some
Yeah.
risks with the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to
I-
kind of go
I
all
think-
in.
Garrosh would probably be the best pick.
Garage
ETC's
stitches.
ETC's a safe pick for peel, but
Yeah.
Garrosh, a good Garrosh can peel and, suck somebody in for the blow up kill.
I think if I had this draft, I would just go ETC and just hope to get a good mosh pit.
Yeah.
Because
Which
that's
are
the one.
They got
Bringing.
they got too many interrupts. The mosh
Yeah, I
pit
know,
isn't
I
gonna
know.
stick against anybody good.
Well, again, like we're talking silver league here, so
And also,
you
you're
know.
praying. Like
Yeah.
this is a prayer at best. So
Yeah, I mean-
like that's my your
yeah,
shittiness.
like
I think Stitch is on Towers of Doom because he's got a lot of points where he can kind of stitch people from like the cap points,
Yeah.
especially on his own side.
but yeah. So, but
Okay, you want me to tell you what actually happened in this draft?
Yeah, what happened?
what happened?
The last pick was Sonya.
Oh.
God. Oh God.
How'd it go?
We ended up winning.
What?
Oh shit!
What happened
Did-
was Jaina ended up having her own stasis, getting it off at the right time, and it delayed enough for us to blow them up as they tried to kill her. So Jaina, even though we all advised her not to go Jaina, second to last pick for second mage, she said, "Trust me," and she actually came through.
So
Good
she was good
Jaina.
at using her ice blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she was good on getting the abilities off to get ice block. So she ended up top damage and top kills, and yeah, she kind of baited the team. So they all tried to kind of rush in and get her, and everyone just kind of blew them up after that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. if
Sometimes
you're-
the draft doesn't matter as much as good playing, right? Right, Bacon?
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
I mean, below, I would say even masters. Like, yeah. Like if you're a superior player and you can carry the team, doesn't really matter what you play for the most part.
yeah,
Yeah.
had a good Ring of Frost and everything too. So
All right. Our last segment. Let's someone in chat just name a character right now. Any character you want.
Gazlo.
We're gonna have to fill time because it takes 10 seconds for them to see
Oh,
chat.
does it really take 10 seconds?
Fill it. Fill time.
All right. So
All
all right, Diva. All right. So Loxon says Diva. All right. So we're gonna go back to the drinking game where we associate a character with a alcoholic beverage. So we did this first time with Thorn from the Lagging Balls a few weeks ago. Actually, probably like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more now.
Dude, I already know. I already know who it is.
What?
I already know who it's gonna be.
What? That it's Diva? I already said it's Diva.
No, the drink.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no,
So for those of you who don't know the game, basically it's the alcoholic beverage equivalent for every character in the game. So we're doing Diva right now. So let's go to Bacon on his thoughts on what the drink should be.
All right, here we go. Soju.
Yeah.
You
That's
copped out.
exactly what I
course.
thought too.
Yep.
No, no,
Exactly.
She's Korean soju.
Dude,
That
Yeah.
was
it's
obvious.
It's a strawberry daiquiri.
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think
It was a long day of StarCrafting, and then you go to Diva Soju 한잔 할까, which means you want to do some soju, take some shots of soju.
wait. What is this? What kind of drink is this?
it's a liquor.
It's like it's
It's like
Korea's
sake,
version of
but
vodka.
Korean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's like sake. It's like only
Yeah, it's like sake.
20%, right?
yeah.
it's like
So-
20%.
It's Korean sake.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's basically like the Korean version of sake. It's, not.
we
hard
drink more
alcohol,
sake than
it's like
Russians
half
drink
as strong.
vodka.
Well,
Yeah.
in my mind, I think Diva is more of an Americanized Korean.
No, she's
Right?
not.
No,
I mean, she
she's
looks white,
not.
but she's not. She's
She
Korean.
looks white.
But she looks white though. What's up with that?
I don't
She
know.
looks- she looks
pretty
Especially
Korean.
a gamer of what was it, StarCraft 2? That sounds pretty Korean to me.
She looks like
She-
a half white, half Asian girl.
She's the number one StarCraft 2 player of all time. So
Yeah, on random.
Yeah,
on random, which is bullshit.
we all went to BlizzCon. Who won StarCraft 2?
Korean.
Korean.
Yeah,
But I feel as though that with Diva, the drink should
Be more childish,
kind of like
right?
it,
More
no,
young.
I think like a drink that should explode as you drink it. You know what I mean? Like it just
Like a car bomb.
Yeah,
a car
a
bomb,
flaming
yes.
Homer.
because I feel like
Irish
I feel
car
like this
bomb.
drink isn't really. I think you just chose it because it's Korean.
Yeah,
Oh,
that wasn't
it
very
is-
clever. That was not
It's-
clever at all.
It's not very clever, but it's like
Yeah, it's obvious.
it is
I don't
very
think that's
obvious.
the drink, though. I think that
Yeah, I said.
It's as obvious as like an American drinking Bud Light. You know that kind of,
I don't drink Bud Light.
symbolism. Oh, well, you know what the fuck I mean with the mainstream media. God damn it, you're not gonna pull that shit on me.
But I don't think this is a good choice. I think I'm trying to think of a drink
Dude, man, I'm
that
telling you, it's strawberry daiquiri. It's like it's sweet. It's like young. It's freaking pink. Like
sweet, young, and pink, huh?
Yeah.
Loxley gave me
Why
a
you like it?
Loxley gave me an
Exactly.
idea. It's in Korean. There's something called solmek, which is soju and mekju. Mekju is beer, right? Solmek. What about we do? Loxley said in chat. At least it's green like Mountain Dew. So we're taking that solmek and turning it into soju.
Is it?
Soju and Mountain Dew.
I like
Is it-
that.
All right.
Wait. So is this
What
a
a
real
what a
drink?
Dorito chip garnish. What?
No, he
Yeah.
made it up. It's not a real drink.
Oh, it's made up.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Dorito chip garnish, you crush up the Dorito
Yeah.
chips and you
Chips,
put it
and
around
then
the
you-
rim.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What
And then you-
flavor Dorito though? Depends. What
I
flavor?
mean, she's a classic girl. You gotta go with the classic
Cool
red
Ranch.
one.
Cool
Ranch.
Yeah.
Or
Nacho
ranch? Okay.
cheese.
Not
Cool
just
Ranch is
cheese.
better than the red bag. The red bag
All
is
right.
very good.
Yeah, nacho cheese sucks.
Nacho cheese
Yeah.
is disgusting. And it gets your
Yeah.
hands all that
Yeah,
residue.
So
Ugh.
Gross.
So the drink for Diva is a custom drink that we just made up right now on the show.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
All right, so to
It-
recap,
it's-
It's a mixed drink. It's a mixed drink.
Do you know where the
So-
Mountain Dew reference comes from, French?
Mhm.
no.
Well, the stereotype is gamers drink Mountain Dew and eat Doritos. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
that's like
What are the
nerds.
South
Nerds
Park
are nerds wear
people?
glasses, right? And they read books. Well, nerd
Yeah,
gamers
and watch
eat
Big Bang
Doritos
Theory.
and watch Big Bang Theory.
Nerd.
Yeah, it's a-
Stupid.
It's a stereotype, so like it's a Mountain Dew soju-based drink with Dorito chip garnish. I think that makes sense.
with the Cool
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Ranch. The Cool Ranch garnish.
It's got to be a Code Red Game Fuel Mountain Dew. That's right.
I like that.
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds
Wait.
accurate.
Alright.
Is there any kimchi in there at all? No
Wait.
kimchi?
Wait. So what's the drink again? Say it again. Recap it for me, please.
Well, it's soju, and then we're combining soju and Mountain Dew, so it's soju.
So would there be like
So
Okay.
with two O's.
You heard it here
Soju.
first. So do.
All right, so it's a sodu.
Yeah.
All right. It's a sodu with the garnish, Dorito garnish.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. Sounds
Soju.
delicious.
All right. So actually,
I actually
No,
have some soju. If I buy some Mountain Dew, I could give that a try. And
Yeah,
buy
no,
a
we should do
bag
that
of
on the next show,
Doritos
get
and
some
then
soju.
crush it up. I'll make
maybe
the
I'll try
drink.
Maybe I'll have some sodu for the stream. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So now for Rhaegar it was the Four Loko, and for Diva it's sodu with the Dorito garnish.
Nice.
Makes
I
no
like it
sense
classy.
We
whatsoever.
worked it out.
Yeah, we
No,
worked
it
out.
makes
Why?
perfect sense. She's Korean and she's a gamer. Combine those two things.
All right. There you go. The sodu is real. All right.
Fringe, it doesn't make sense to you because you're kind of out of the loop in terms of the memes, right?
Yes.
Yes. Like in Overwatch, she literally eats Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
That's part of her like taunt animation or something.
Yeah. In the mech, she's eating.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, learn something every day. All right. Well, that's our show. Thank you again for listening to us and watching us. So let's go.
We have the outro. We have the
I know.
outro ready
Let's
from our
go
fan.
to our special friend who has
Our
the
second
outro.
female listener.
That's our show. We'll see you in the Nexus.
Boom.
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 Right.
Drop the mic.
Yep.
Peace out. Yeah, everyone blow it ASAP. Now go. Jesus, bro.
He missed it.
Last one was so much better.
He missed it. That's the outro. That's the outro. That's the outro. We're good.
The miss on this stage.